Rams Sports Time podcast. I'm Aiden,
I'm Ryan.
I'm Mons.
and we all play different parts in the athletic community at Pleasantville High School. I lead the student section during football games. I'm a spectator to most of the football games and other sports here at Pleasantville, and I've been to pretty much every sport game this fall.
I am a part of the student section during football games and other fall sports, and I also have been a best soccer player in Albania.
I'm a member of the football team this year, and I could connect to like some of the things in Friday Night Lights, the book we're reading, and the experiences in the book versus the experiences on the football team here in Pleasantville.
Our main topic today is going to be athletics. You know, that's a pretty broad statement when you really think about it. It's a lot more than just sports. It's really a community. It's traditions. It's a whole bunch of things. So we're going to go through each sport that we have at this school, and we're going to kind of give you an inside look on what it's like.
I'm on the football team, and it's going to be one of the subtopics of our main topic, which is athletics. But we also have I'm going to dive into how there's more of community and culture around the football team, not just about the sports, more about off the field and team bonding and stuff.
And you guys are going into the semifinals?
Section finals.
Section finals.
This weekend.
Yeah. Be there, Mr. Fennon.
If you're watching this, you better be there.
Yeah, the key word is avocado. Yeah, we're hopefully going to make it up to the game. It should be fun. Our student section is I'd say it's one of the strongest student sections we've had in
I saw they have
years.
a fan bus this game.
Yeah, they got a
Yeah.
fan bus. That's never been something in the past. It's definitely this year we've kind of upped the ante. We're very passionate about our sports teams this year.
Yeah, the student section provides a lot of atmosphere and gives positive energy to the football
Mhm.
team and about football in general and shows how they are how they their contributions a community by being present in the football games and stuff.
hmm I also saw that the student section has extended on social medias to provide
Six Man.
yeah, to show where the games are, provide information for people to go out and support. And I feel in the book Friday Night Lights, it's almost like the football team and the football program overshadows all the other sports programs. But here in Pleasantville, the student section supports and promotes every game, not just football games. People go to the soccer games, the field hockey games, all the games basically. Volleyball, there was a good student section one time.
Yeah, and back to what you said about Friday Night Lights, football being overshadowing for all the other sports. That here, honestly, do you guys think that that's the case here? Do you think football is above other sports at all?
I feel it is in a way, but at the same time it is not, because all sports are equal here. But also football is more of a spectator sport. It's Friday night, it's a good time, all the
Yeah.
kids want to go. Compared to as we will see in a cross country interview, someone says how you can't really watch cross country it's a race, and it's also not in the town of Pleasantville. As the football games are right in the middle of town on Friday nights and Saturday nights, it's easy to go to. Everyone's there having fun.
Yeah, in that cross-country interview, we actually asked Sean Rapley, a member of the team, a couple more questions. We'll cut to that right now. Aiden, I'm here with,
Sean.
and you run cross-country, is that correct?
I do run cross country, yeah.
All right, so what are some of cross-country's rituals or traditions that you guys go through every year?
Well, before every race, we normally have a pasta dinner the night before, a team dinner, and then during the race, we'll do hype up, we'll do strides, sprint out, and then we'll circle up and just kind of yell at each other, get excited before each race.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like this helps with team bonding? You guys feel like you're closer because of these dinners?
Oh yeah, definitely, because one, it's healthy because for a runner you gotta have a lot of carbs, so you eat a lot of food, carb up before the race, and when you're actually getting hyped up, all those, you have the similar chants and rituals each year, and it gets passed down between each new year, so every younger guys get taught it from the older guys, and it just keeps going and has that connection between each runner.
Yep. And then in Friday Night Lights, the Permian Panther football team kind of overshadowed the rest of the sports. Do you feel like that's the case here, where our football team kind of overshadows cross country?
In some ways, yeah, but it's also kind of a different kind of comparing apples to oranges because football, it's got a lot more like it's a more well-known sport. It's also easier to get to. Games right in town. Like we never have a meet anywhere near here. It's always 20 minutes, 45 minutes away, and it's not exactly a spectator sport really.
Yeah.
You can cheer people on, but it's not the same as going to like a local football game.
So Sean talked about the traditions of the cross country team. What are some traditions of the football team?
Well, for the football team, we have, as you can see, I'm wearing my jersey right now. A tradition is Friday and like the Friday before weekends when we have games, everyone on the football team wears their jersey, shows support, and and then another tradition is we like to have team dinners and before the game, like tonight, we have a team dinner before our section final game on Saturday, and it's just like local town businesses such as Frank and Joe's, Foley's, Lucio's. They all provide food for us, and yeah. And Friday Night Lights, you could see in their what was that thing? Their yearbook or
Their
football like program book.
Yeah, they had like a whole yearbook
Watermelon
dedicated just to
Yeah,
football.
at the watermelon feed, they hand out their booklets and they all have ads of like all the businesses. It's kind of similar to our football book and program, but it's just on a smaller scale, obviously, because we're a smaller school, smaller town than Odessa.
And even though we're a smaller school, we still have like our seasons. You can kind of see they have their different rivalries, their different teams they play. We have Westlake. They weren't that great this year, but
Yeah.
we have teams that we know it's going to be a good game. We know it's going to be an intense game. And we actually had a member of the football team, Lorcan Healy. We had him talk to a member of a football team from a different school, Sleepy Hollow,
A rival.
a rival school, and they discussed had a little debate on, which team would really come out on top.
They kind of got into it, but like
Yeah,
we'll cut to it.
Yeah, roll the clip.
Eddie, why is Sleepy Hollow football better than Pleasantville football?
Because we have players like Luke Schuligo, like Eddie Fuller, like Bobby Luster, Henry Kelly, and we're Class A, and you guys are Class B, like Class L, kind of. Yo, wait, Lorcan, didn't we beat you guys in the 7-on-7 this summer?
Lorcan, respond to that.
Did we lose to 7-7? No, I don't think that happened. That's cap.
That actually did happen. It's
Well,
on
I
record.
wasn't there, so it doesn't count.
Well, okay, well I guess that's fair.
What's your record?
What's our record? 4-2.
Yeah, we're 0-0. You have no mentality, bro.
0-0?
Yeah, you don't have our mentality.
What's your mentality?
Exactly.
Oh, fuck, you got me with that one. I'm not gonna lie. No, our mentality. Here, I'll lay it down for you. We win 4 games, then we lose 2 on purpose, so that they don't think we're too good, so that we don't have to play football for longer and go to like playoffs.
Why would you not want to go to playoffs?
What?
Why would you not want to go to playoffs, though?
Because that just means we have to play more football.
What?
You know? You know what
Fun,
I'm
though.
saying?
Alright, so like, how do you feel about this historic rivalry between our two schools?
The historic rivalry between our schools.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing. I think it's a wonderful rivalry that has been going on for years to come. And we would stomp you guys out. But that's not what the plan is.
No, that's cap. That's cap. But like, the only thing you have Henry though, like he's a cripple.
We have Henry, but he's like his hand, it's not broken anymore. Look. Oh yeah.
Look at him, bro. Like, he's goofy as fuck.
Number 7.
So they talked a lot about, the rivalry that happens, the kind of tension, and end of day, yeah, we're all buddy-buddy, but it is pretty serious when you get on the field. It's very similar to Odessa and Midland. Ons, you want to elaborate on that?
Yeah, sure. Like Odessa and Midland Lee are 2 like rivalry towns. Like even despite like the football team, which there is like a rivalry existing between them. There's also like the towns which are in rivalry between each other. Each town like tries to have a higher economy than the other, like a higher development and more. And actually, the football teams have like a strong rivalry between each other. The coaches of each team strongly encourage their team members to like perform in their highest performance. just to beat like the opposing like town.
Well, into the rivalries, I feel like here in Pleasantville, it's more of like on the field. It's not like in Friday Night Lights in the book. It's like a rivalry between the town, like not even sports wise. Like on said, the economy they fight. Who has a better town? Who has a better this?
I'd say that's the case with most of the schools we play, but with like Westlake, I feel like that's kind of there's a lot of tension there. Even if we're not on the field, it's like, oh, you're a
Yeah,
Westlake kid.
like you see someone in our town wearing a Westlake football sweatshirt, you're gonna like jump in, beat him up.
It's not as much. It's not as much as football. I feel like the Westlake rivalry is really. I feel like the soccer one is bigger for Westlake.
The battle for McDonald's.
Yeah,
We could
battle
go into
for
that. Like,
McDonald's.
so McDonald's is in between Westlake and Pleasantville. It's technically in Thornwood, I believe. But there's like every time when we play Westlake in sports, it's known as the battle for McDonald's. Who owns it technically? You know, this year we won it.
Yep. And someone that I think the Pleasantville soccer team really experienced a lot of. I feel like this year we kind of for football we knew that Westlake wasn't going to be that good, but the soccer team really faced a challenge. They really thought like they didn't know if they were going to win that. They didn't know.
Westlake was strong in soccer this year.
Yeah.
I believe they are still playing actually, and they're in the state Final Four for New York State.
Yeah. We talked to James Martin, who's a certified loser. Lost first round of the playoffs actually. We'll roll that now. He's not as good as anyone on Westlake. Roll the clip. Yeah.
With Ryan and James. So we're gonna be asking you some questions for our podcast, Ram Sports Podcast.
Sounds good.
All right. So how do you feel about the culture surrounding the boys soccer team at Pleasantville High School?
Well, soccer's not a very big sport in America, so there's not much of a culture, but like the parents and sometimes the girls team will come out, so it's always nice to have fans. Not as big as football though.
Do you feel like your team is closely bonded and like spends a lot of time on and off the field together?
Yeah, we got a good bond. It helps with the team chemistry, but it's not as big as football.
All right, we're going to be moving on to the next question. So, what do you think you could have done better, or what do you think you could have done to help you win and not lose the first round of the sectional playoffs?
Well, starting in a 3-5-2 is an atrocious idea. I think we should just abandon that in all soccer. But besides that, I missed 2 sitters myself. If we put away our shots, we could have bagged this team in the first 10 minutes.
Sorry to hear about that. Thanks for the interview.
No problem. Free young boy.
That was James Martin talking about getting out. He sucks. I'm not gonna get into that. He sucks. But
All right. So we're gonna go to the topic of like balancing a social life and an athletic life and your what's it called?
schoolwork.
Your schoolwork, academics. So in the book Friday Night Lights, they kind of focus on how like these football players are mainly football. They don't care about class. On game days, they don't focus. They just go to class, go through the steps and stuff. And, like, that's not what you want because it's football. It's like you have to go somewhere after life.
What's it like for the football team? You guys balancing schoolwork, social lives?
Yeah, I feel like here in Pleasantville, I mean, the coaches don't let you play if you don't do your work. There were some cases where people,
Last year.
yeah,
Yeah.
they weren't allowed to play because they were failing class, they weren't turning in homework, so they got benched, and then eventually they would get kicked off the team. But in the book Friday Night Lights and for the Permian Panthers, it seems like that's not a priority of the coaches, making sure
Teachers just kind of
the teachers, the teachers pass them for not
Yeah.
doing work, which is
No sense.
Yeah.
Makes no sense at
Also,
all.
something that contributes to that is like the funding for academics at Permian High are like very low compared
Yeah,
to
it all goes to the football.
Yeah.
That English teacher, I believe it was, she was talking about how the coach's salary is more than hers. The football's program is worth so much more than the English departments.
Yeah.
All right, so we interviewed who's on the tennis team?
Eva Anderman.
We interviewed Eva Anderman for the tennis team, and here she will talk about how she balances a social life, her academics, and athletics.
What are some challenges you and the tennis team have faced this season?
There's no the tennis team's not a real team. Okay, so we don't have any fences in the back, so we have to go into the woods to get the tennis balls. So that's a big challenge because it takes away from practice time, and then sometimes like in a match a girl fell, and that's like really dangerous. So it can impact our players by them getting hurt, and it also takes away from us bettering our skills.
Was the girl that fell on your team or the opposing team?
Opposing team.
Why should we care?
We should care because this affects people's like lives. Like if someone gets hurt, they can't play. And let's say someone's getting recruited, like that takes away their dreams and that takes away all their life's work.
All right, agree to disagree. Next question. Is it difficult to balance classwork, a sport, and a social life?
I don't think it's that hard as long as you have strong time management skills. I think it's very easy. As long as you're diligent with getting your homework done, I think it's easy to have a good social life as well as being an athlete and having good academic success.
Then why are you so unpopular?
That's so mean. Next
All right,
question.
thank you, Eva. That'll be
so
it.
Mean.
Hell no, man. What the
All right, yeah. The tennis team, I'm gonna be honest, they don't. I'm pretty sure they didn't actually allow spectators. I tried to go to one of the events, and the coach was like, "No, you can't be here." So I don't know if it's COVID related, but this tennis team, I don't know what their deal is there, but I would have loved to show my support. Just saying. Another team I feel like doesn't get a lot of student recognition is
The
field hockey team.
Yeah. I could agree with that.
You know, I'm gonna be honest. I think I went to one of their games for 5 minutes, and it's just because I was passing through, and I was like, "Oh, I'll stop by," and it was actually a scrimmage against themselves. It was Pleasant. I'm serious. Yeah, it was Pleasantville playing Pleasantville because the other team didn't show up. So like they had a ref. It was like an actual game, but I was like really confused. It was green on both teams. It was people I know on both teams. It's really confusing, but.
Well, as you said there, the other team didn't show up.
Yeah.
They still had a game, which is good, but that just shows how I guess it's not as serious or.
Yeah.
Like if a team didn't show up for football, that would have been.
Yeah, what would happen then?
That would have been a big issue. Everyone would be like, "What the heck is going on?"
So I guess in that case, you could see that the football team might overshadow, or they always have a game. The opponent will always be there.
Yeah. And we talked to a field hockey player, Kirsten Owens. We got her insight on what it's like to be on the team, some of their traditions, rituals they go through to help them bond. We'll play that now.
Okay. You're on the field hockey team, is this correct?
Correct. Yes, correct.
Okay. How are you dealing with the stress and the pressure of going to sectionals?
I'm just trying to put field hockey first, like put it over school. Actually, not really, but I'm doing things that are important to keep my health good enough to play a full game.
Okay.
Like food and stuff.
Like food and stuff.
And sleep. Yeah, I've been sleeping earlier.
Okay. What are some team bonding traditions that you and the team undergo?
Well, we have team dinners before every home game. We've been doing BOGO. So we did that one time. We got ice cream before. We were gonna do it last night, but we got too tired. We try to do something at least once a week and incorporate some type of like fall theme into it, and just to keep it fun.
How many goals did you score in your last game?
I've scored 0 goals in my last game.
How many goals have you scored this season?
I played defense, in case you didn't know.
How many goals have you scored this season?
I've scored I haven't scored a goal.
Do you feel like you're letting the team down by not scoring a lot of goals?
Did you not do this to me right now?
So, obviously, I was digging into her. She obviously plays defense, but how do you guys feel about if someone's not really playing their part on the team and they're on offense and not scoring goals? That wasn't the case here, but I'm just do you think kids deserve a chance that might not necessarily have proven themselves in the past?
Well, I feel like everyone deserves the equal opportunity. As on the football team, we have 42 members, I believe now, and only 11 people play on the field. But I feel everyone has the equal opportunity to work hard in practice, show the coaches that you are willing to do the dirty work and play hard to get on the field and make a play. But some people don't try and practice. They don't really care. They're just there to be part of the team, which is perfectly fine. But you can't expect to be playing when you're not doing the work.
Sometimes, you never know. Sometimes some players might have, their bad days and they don't perform well, in a game or a match. And, the next day they may, have a good performance. So, it's good to have that equal opportunity, like for everybody.
And remember that I forget which one it was, but someone goes in over Booby in one game, and then Booby never plays again. He just watches from the sidelines.
Also, people face people. You don't know what people are going through. A lot of the times, sometimes people have injuries such as Booby, where it's hard to get back on the field. He couldn't play. Someone comes in, steps up, takes his spot, and it's hard on the player that got injured. But whatever the team needs to do to be successful, they need to do.
Yeah, we had a couple of injuries on the football team this year, right? We had some. Owen Mooney got injured. We had a couple concussions. It was a lot of. We didn't
People
have
step up to fill the spots. So Lorcan Healy, I saw him step up and fill a spot.
Yeah. We had also during the volleyball season, I believe, we had, I think someone broke their finger. It wasn't anything serious this year. We were lucky enough, but, injuries do happen. It's part of sports. The volleyball season this year I think they did pretty good, right? They made it to the quarter or semifinals, I think.
Yeah, it was one of those.
Yeah, they were doing pretty good. But the team that beat them apparently was insane. They destroyed the team that came after Pleasantville as well. But our volleyball team is really good. Some of them are really they do outside leagues, stuff like that.
And for me, I didn't go to the volleyball games before this year. I didn't know when they were. I didn't know, but I actually went to one of their playoff games a couple of weeks ago, and there was a good showing, and a lot of people were there showing support, cheering, which I thought was pretty cool. Because I'm on the football team, I'm never in the crowd cheering, never supporting. But I got to flip, and I was cheering them on as I believe they won in 3 sets, which was very nice.
Yeah, we actually interviewed Bella Lachey about the volleyball experience, what it's like being on the team. Keep in mind, this was before they got knocked out, so she's a little cocky, but don't worry, she got humbled real quick by whatever school destroyed them. So yeah, roll that now. I'm here with
Bella.
And you play volleyball, is that correct?
No, I'm kidding. Yes.
Not funny. Would you say your team is closely bonded, or do you feel like you guys are kind of all in your own individual groups?
I'd say that we're closely bonded because we hang out a lot. We do things together to make us closer.
That's good. So what are some of those traditions and things that you do together to help you guys bond?
We have a lot of team breakfasts and dinners the day before our games, and yeah.
In Friday Night Lights, all the other sports are overshadowed by the football program. Do you feel a similar vibe in Pleasantville?
I'd say it used to be, but not really anymore, because I feel like there's more, what's the word? Good cut this out. Wait, cut this out. What's the word? I can't think of the word.
Yeah. All right. Bella talked about bonding a lot. I think team dinners is a pretty common theme here between all the sports teams. I think that's a tradition. It's been going on for years. That's not just our school. I feel like other.
I feel like all schools do it, but I feel like it's very important to do because bonding off the field could lead to success on the field. If you're playing with people you don't like, they're not your friends. You don't have a good family culture.
You don't want the tension.
Yeah, you don't want the tension building, which will lead to not success on the field. So you want to be good off the field, hang out, have team dinners, do all this stuff with them, build a good relationship so you could succeed on the field.
One team that, sorry, you want to go?
Yeah. Also, a main component of playing sports is teamwork. That's why it's important.
One team that had a lot of bonding, and this is me seeing this as an outsider, even before we did any of our research. The girls' soccer team, they were going on apple picking trips. They did pottery.
They did scavenger hunts.
They did a bunch of stuff. A lot more than the other sports teams, in my opinion, and it really shows. They're all really tight knit. Every time, everyone on the team, I consider them in my head to be one big friend group, kind of really close friends.
Yeah. And I believe that actually helped them in their season, which
Definitely.
I believe they got to the semifinals of sectionals, and they lost a close game to Bronxville, was it? I'm not sure.
I think it was Bronxville, but Briarcliff won the section, I believe. Briarcliff.
No, I
was-
think Briarcliff lost to Irvington.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, well, Briarcliff was really good.
Pleasantville lost to them twice,
yeah,
I think.
Pleasantville sucks. I'm kidding. We actually interviewed the captains of the girls soccer team, Maddie Braverman and Riley Vavalutza. We'll roll that now. Enjoy.
Okay, Ryan here with Rams Sports Podcast. I'm here interviewing
Maddie, Riley.
soccer captains of the girls soccer team. Okay, so how would you describe the culture or the traditions around the girls soccer team?
I'd say we're very close-knit, family-like group.
We do a lot of team bonding thing. We went to pottery.
We went apple picking.
And we do some other stuff.
Yeah.
Do you feel the activities you do off the field help be close together and work together on the field?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. In the book, Friday Night Lights, the football team overshadows all other sports programs and is more of a priority in Texas and Odessa. Do you feel like that is a problem here in Pleasantville High School?
A little bit. It's not that bad.
Yeah, I think all the teams support each other, so.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So yeah, overall, I think the athletics community, it's all based around traditions, rituals, team bonding, stuff like that. It's more than just on the field. It's those off the field moments that really make the team a family. You don't really see it in Permian, but I think Pleasantville is definitely a lot close-knit than Permian is.
And I also feel like in the book, Friday Night Lights, the Permian Panthers, some of the players have strong hatred towards each other, it seems like.
Yeah.
Such as taking each other's spots, fighting for playing time, which here on my football team, if someone takes your spot, you're like, okay, I got to work harder. Good for him. He made a good play. You cheer him on. You support everyone. You don't get down on your teammates. You don't yell at each other. You say, make the next play. You got to keep your head in the game.
Yep. All right. Any final thoughts, Ons?
I also want to say, as we said before, free time is something that kind of interferes with athletics, because some people are not able to manage time between athletics and their schoolwork, dedication to their family or other things, because they dedicate most of their time to practices and other things related to the sport they play.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like it's hard to, if you want to have a job and be on one of the sports teams, that's impossible.
Yeah.
It's very hard.
Well, this has been our first and final podcast. This has been Aiden.
Ons.
And Ryan.
And this is it. Yeah, we'll not see you again. This is it. Bye.